In episode 762 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, we are super excited to be joined by Danielle Breckenridge. Listen, she is the creative force and CEO behind Danie B Events, which is a top-tier wedding and event planning company based here in Richmond, Virginia. Listen, our show topic today is faith, flourish, and flow. Entrepreneurship, creativity, and walking in purpose. And listen, we're excited to have you here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. But before we get started, we're going to have our quick intro, and you're going to be back with us live here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting from Richmond, Virginia.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
And you don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We are so excited to have you joining us here because you know the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And I know we're going to do just that today, featuring a local business owner. And you know what's so great is that we get to interview and talk to people all across the United States, actually some international guests as well. But it's always great to connect with someone right in the same space that you're in. So shout out to all of our Richmond, Virginia people that are listening in, but shout out to those that are checking us out across the World Wide Web. If you are live with us on any of our live broadcast stations, let us know. Certainly Facebook, hey there, LinkedIn, hey there, YouTube, hey there. And if you're saying, Sharvette, you know what? I just hang out at sharvette.com. I just hang out over there. That's our main website where you can see the full bio for our guests, their lovely pictures, and check out all of our podcasts and all of our episodes. If you're brand spanking new to me, I'm Sharvette Mitchell. I am the CEO of Mitchell Productions, and we are a marketing and professional development firm. And the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show is one of our media outlets under there. Now, listen. I gotta tell y'all, my blood sister who is in the audience, shout out to Kim. That's a KYM. Today is her birthday. So clap it up for Kim. Clap it up. My blood sister, I love you. Listen, her and my mom, top supporters of the show. So I really appreciate that. So happy birthday, Kim, KYM. So if you're coming in, just type happy birthday, Kim. Just type happy birthday, Kim. Yes, I see you there. Thank you for being here and for being a great blood sister. So let's go ahead and get started. And because my guest is in the virtual green room, so she's ready to come up to the mic. And so Danielle Wright Breckenridge is the visionary entrepreneur behind Danie B Events, which is a premier wedding and event planning company based here in Richmond, Virginia, with a keen eye for design and a passion for seamless execution. Danielle specializes in creating unforgettable experiences for couples and clients who want stylish but stress-free celebrations. So as a planner, a floral designer, and a venue owner, she brings over 6 years of experience and expertise to us and to the market in transforming dreams into reality. And, you know, whether she's orchestrating a lavish wedding or she's curating a stunning floral arrangement or hosting a boutique event at Suite 153, Danielle is dedicated to excellence, creativity, and client satisfaction. And again, you're here on episode 762 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. We're bringing Danie B, I'm going to say Danielle, up to the mic now live. Welcome. We're excited to have you.
We're excited to be here. Very excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I am excited to have you. And I love, first of all, thank you off camera and off, you know, in the background, authentic, amazing, you know, because sometimes in these social media streets and virtual streets, people be doing a little bit.
They can be whoever they want to be.
Right. But I am so excited to just meet a powerhouse that's doing great things and amazing things in the city and beyond. And so I want to just go ahead and jump right on in. And so Danielle, take us back to the beginning when, you know, what sparked the vision for Danie B Events?
Well, first of all, I want to say again, thank you for having me. This has been a long time dream or desire of mine to actually sit down or meet you. We haven't even had the opportunity to meet. We're in the same city and we know a lot of the same people, but we haven't had an opportunity to meet. So, but I'd love to share how I got to this place or how this all started. Well, you know, my journey into entrepreneurship was really started abruptly, but it was a deep passion for service, to service my gift to people.
Yes.
And bringing people together in beautiful, meaningful ways. I didn't know that until that moment and doing some reflection that planning was already a part of my nature. Even before I knew it was a business, I was always planning family gatherings, church events, celebrations for friends. I love creating experiences. I love family. I love people. So, but what truly sparked Danie B events, and it wasn't even Danie B events in the beginning, it was a Decoron Designs in the beginning, was actually a moment of transition for me after being laid off from corporate America. First, I was shocked. I was a little embarrassed, but I was also a divine redirection at the time. I didn't know.
That's good.
So I began to lean into prayer. I asked God for clarity. He reminded me that the gifts that I was given was supposed to be to not only be used as a hobby, because I had become a planner for a church, but he was reminding me that this wasn't just for a hobby. They were a part of my purpose. So I began to lean into that, and from that was birth. Danie B events or a design company. My husband just said one day, what are you going to do? Are you not going back to corporate America?
Like, what's going on? Like, what's the game plan?
No, I'm not going back. So what the game plan was, I was just like, I'm going to be a wedding designer. And he's like, exactly what is that?
Right.
And I didn't know at the time either. I just knew that God had spoken to me, hey, this is what I want you to do. And if you do it, I'll be with you. So this thing was birthed out of both faith and necessity. I didn't want to just plan events. I wanted to bring joy. I wanted to bring peace. I wanted to bring beauty into people's lives during some of the most cherished moments. And from there, it's just continued to grow step by step, client by client, prayer by prayer.
Yes.
Faith, we go on.
Listen, you already in an Oprah Life class already. And if you're just coming in, we're talking about faith, flourish, and flow, entrepreneurship, creativity, and walking in purpose. And I love that you talked about, like, you were already doing things, that you were this planning and this creating and curating experiences. You were already doing it. You already love it. And so sometimes people struggle with, what is my purpose? Like, where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? And I'm always saying, like, what is it that you're naturally good at? That's a place to take a look and pay attention to that. And shout out to a supportive husband who's like, listen, shout out.
You know what? He always says, look, I said I'm Danie B because that's a name we stumbled on during the COVID. When we refaced everything, it was Danie B events. And so he's always telling people, I'm the B. I'm the Danie B event. So I applaud him and I give him his praise and thanks and honor to say, thank you for the B.
Yes. Thank you for the B. Thank you for the B. And so what is your favorite part of the event planning process?
Well, that's an easy one. I absolutely love the moment when the client's vision comes to life right before their very eyes. Just before our interview, I was there talking with one of my brides whose wedding is later on in the year, and she's just walking through the space using her imagination, telling me, "Oh, Danie, I envision this. I see this." So I'm just getting so excited about the transformation. From what was just an idea or just from our meeting or her Pinterest board into what's going to be real, beautiful, tangible, and it's going to be a moment. And that never gets old for me. But if I had to go a little bit deeper, I'd say my favorite part is the people.
Yeah.
I honestly love connecting with my clients, hearing their stories, helping them feel seen. I care for them throughout the planning journey, especially my brides. Now we celebrate
Yes.
everybody. I don't care what you celebrated. I won't celebrate life. I'm gonna celebrate the birth. I'm gonna celebrate the funeral. I'm
There
gonna
you
celebrate
go.
the divorce party. I'm gonna celebrate the coming together. I'm gonna celebrate anytime you just want to celebrate Easter, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
but I just want everybody to feel, especially my brides, I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel seen, especially when they're feeling overwhelmed, they're stressed. I just want them to get a calm presence from us. And I want them to
Mhm.
feel like we got this. Danie B, me and my staff, we got this. So whether it's designing, the logistics, or the last minute magic, I'm all in. I just love.
Listen, I know any bride or 26 bride that's listening is like, you pulling stress up off of me already. You pulling it up
Already.
off of me.
Look,
Yeah.
and don't forget the 2025 brides, because they still coming too.
Okay.
Also, at this point, I would love to be in 2026, but
Uh-huh.
we got some. I don't want to call them stragglers, but 2025 is different. We're dealing with a different crowd here, so we're still
Interesting.
accepting them too.
Wow. So that takes me another direction I hadn't planned to go. What have you seen from a bridal and like getting married standpoint, like since the pandemic to now? Like what are the kind of the major shifts you're seeing?
And I'm glad you used that word. That I was going to use the word shift. There has been some
Yeah.
shifting in that. I think that people are now, because of COVID,
Mm-hmm.
they are aware that the unexpected can happen. So
Mm-hmm.
in that moment, a lot of brides felt like this thing that they had dreamt about and had planned all or most of their lives
Yeah.
just came shattering down, right? And it was a moment for them where they were so disappointed that they were devastated. And I
Yeah.
think those people were learning in the moment, but future brides were learning that, you know what? I'd rather not plan right up. I'd rather not plan 16 or 17 months, 20 months.
Mm.
I'd
Uh-huh.
rather just know that, okay, next month is coming up. Yeah, we'll set a date. We've gotten a venue, but we have a little bit more time before we start, extending our finances or putting money into things, because we really don't know what's going to happen. So we've seen people still doing larger weddings, and
Okay.
they're still doing all the things, but they are waiting a little bit longer to make some decisions. Now,
Okay.
that's like COVID mindset, but with the economy the way that it is, having a job today, not having a job tomorrow, it's so many variables and so many unexpected situations going on that
Mm-hmm.
people really can't plan. And
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
them are locked in the fear of it not happening, that they can't make the steps forward to be able to successfully plan. The day is a success, but they just don't have that time that we used to have to plan everything out.
Wow, that's very reflective, and certainly sounds like you know your industry. You're paying attention, so that when clients work with you, they know you're like on the cutting edge. And so, how do you balance? Certainly the creativity. Again, for those that are coming on in, faith, flourish, and flow, entrepreneurship, creativity, and walking in purpose. How do you balance? Creative, you have creative juices, right? But then there's the operational side of business. We have a lot of business owners that watch the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. There's the operational, tactical, collecting receipts. Like, how do you balance that out?
You know what? I don't use the word, I don't use the word balance. I
Yeah.
mean, throw that out the window, because what I am doing is called a dance. It's definitely a
Tango.
dance. Like, really, over the years, I've learned that balance doesn't mean doing everything at once. It means,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it just means being present and intentional,
Yeah.
with whatever role I'm stepping into at that exact moment. Because I wear so many hats, things change rapidly.
Yes. I can
But
only imagine your stress level, because working with Brizit, I know you don't have any. What was that show? Oh,
Bridezillas,
right. I know you don't have any. We're not talking about any of your clients, but the ones that are on
no,
the TV show.
we don't have Bridezillas
Right,
at
right,
point of
right.
business. No, they don't exist anymore. They went out with COVID.
Okay, they're gone with COVID.
Yeah, but
But
my
emotions are high, right?
very
Emotions
high,
are
very
high.
high, very high, very intense, very
Yeah.
intense. But I think the creative side is where I feel like the most free, because I love designing flowers. I love styling spaces, the aesthetics. I love dreaming up new experience for my clients, but I've also come to appreciate the structure and the discipline that the operation side demands. You know, that's the part that keeps business sustainable, the systems, communication, budgeting, the team management, all of that matters just as much to me. And if I was honest, it takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot more faith, and it takes balance. It takes faith, it takes prayer, and it takes a whole lot of planning. Like, I am planning in my sleep, and my husband will tell you, I do the whole run of show. Like like I always know when it's close to a wedding, because you start talking out everything in your sleep. You're telling this person to put this here, and you're telling that person to put this over there. So I mainly rely on God's wisdom daily in every moment. And I don't try to do it all alone. I lean heavily on him. I use tools, I use workflows, I use trusted people.
Yes, that part.
And I lean on them to help them try to keep things moving. And I've learned to honor both sides, the dreamer and the doer, because I think they work together to bring a full vision to life.
Oh, that's so well said, because sometimes people will be heavy on the dreamer part and their execution is sloppy, which impacts the overall brand of your business. Y'all know we got to talk about marketing, branding. That's all in here, and that execution impacts your overall brand. And so great. So tell us, like, what makes Danie B events different? You would say.
I think what makes Danie B different. It's me. I think, no, really, seriously, really. I think we're more than just planning. It's more than just pretty flowers for me. It's a full-on experience. It's rooted in service, heart, and excellence. Those are our words. And what truly sets us apart is how intentional we are with every single client. I don't just plan. Like I said, I just don't plan events. We partner with people to bring their vision to life while giving them the peace of mind throughout the journey that they need to make sure that this is going to be what they envision. And actually, it's not about bringing their vision to life. It's about exceeding that expectation, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's about being my full self, a planner, designer, a floral artist, a venue owner, a wife, a mother, a woman of faith.
I see hearts coming up right there for that. I see hearts.
Yeah. It's about being a burden bearer. It's about working in my church. It's about bringing all of those things to the table. And that means, like, looking at every event, not just as a project, but as a moment in somebody's life that deserves care, creativity, and celebration. And I'm able to bring all of those elements into stirring up something great and grand and a wonderful experience that these people are going to remember forever.
Forever.
Danie B events. That's the thing. The special sauce also is the Holy Spirit. That's the one thing that I tap into that, and I'm like, God, I have my gifts, I have my talents, I have my creativity, I have my ideas, I have all of the things that I want to do. Now, there's only so far that's going to take me, and I can do all the natural things, and even some of it is what you've gifted me to do. But as soon as I'm done with the natural, I need to slap your super on my natural, and we'll come up with something very awesome.
Bingo! And then he orchestrates the rest.
Yes, he does. He does what he does well.
Yes. Oh my goodness. DanieBEvents.com. Wherever you're watching, the link is down below in the show notes, or the comments. Danie B, how can they connect with you on social media?
People can connect with us on at least 3 platforms. Well, 2 platforms in major. It's on Instagram at Danie B Events. That's DANIE B as in boy, events with an S _RVA. Woo! And on Facebook at Danie B Events. They can also go to us on the World Wide Web, like you love to say,
yes,
at www.daniebevents.com.
All right. And that's Danie with the I for those that are listening to the podcast, but look down below in the show notes. And thank you, Jakaya Brown. Thank you. She said, hey, Queens, over on Instagram. So this is a great place to pause for our commercial break. But when we come back, I got to hear about your your event space. It's new to me, but your event space. So we'll tell all the listeners all about that. So I'm going to let you go back to the virtual green room, and we're going to go and take a very quick commercial break. Listen, it's right in line with what we're talking about, events. And so we have an event, in-person event spotlight, and then a virtual event spotlight. Here we go.
I'm Dana Wilson, CEO and Director of Hair Cares, Inc., and I'm inviting you to piecing hair growth together, expanding hair care with hair loss solutions. Hair loss is more than a cosmetic issue. It's a growing concern for clients everywhere. As a hair care professional, we have the opportunity to do more than just style. We can provide real solutions. The key is understanding scalp health, hair growth, and holistic with a W solutions, and that's exactly what you'll gain.
Healthy hair begins within, so it is important that we take a holistic approach to healthy hair and healthy hair growth, meaning we focus on the body and not just the hair. Hair products are not enough. It is so important that we focus on scalp care and body wellness. Join us for piecing hair growth together, expanding hair care with hair loss solutions.
You'll leave with expert insights, a roadmap to expand your services, and practical solutions that you can implement into your business immediately. Secure your spot at www.haircaresinc.com, and remember, every strand counts.
Are you a veteran, service member, or family member struggling with loss? Forever Healed offers free grief and wellness group sessions just for you every Thursday at 7 p.m. from May 1st until June 19th. Join Forever Healed, where trained grief specialists guide you through managing loss, from injuries and career changes to personal struggles. These free group sessions provide a safe space and the chance to move beyond pain. Register today at foreverhealed.com and take the first step towards healing.
All right. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsors right there. All right. So let's bring our guests back up to the virtual green room. Thank you so much again for those that are checking us out, listening in. Shout out to Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You might be listening from Amazon Music. Shout out to those that certainly watch us online. You might be watching us on your TV, on YouTube. We are always excited to have you again. Stop by Sharvette.com, our main website, to have our full bio of our guest, all the links there. But if you look down below in the show notes, if you look down below in the comments, you will see all the connection points for Danielle. And so let's bring her back up on the stage. All right, back in the studio here. And so let's talk about, I want to hear about Suite 153, which is a boutique event venue. How did that come about? When did that come about? All the good things.
So Suite 153 was born out of both a vision and necessity. And I'll tell you why. Like so many other entrepreneurs, I was working hard at building my business and everything we've been in that area for about 3 years now.
Okay.
And I found myself at like a bit of a slowdown. Mm-hmm. Now, when we opened the space at Stony Point Mall, we opened the space as a design studio because that was something that we didn't have a Black-owned design space in Richmond. Uh-huh. So, we were going in to other studios, but we didn't have one or a person that had a space where we can go in and look and browse and pick out the things that we wanted. So I opened this space as a design wheelhouse where people can come in and get those items. However, everyone would stop by because it was so beautifully designed. They would often stop by and say, have you ever thought about turning this into a venue. And that wasn't something that I thought about in that space. However, my husband and I knew that that was something that we wanted to do in our business plan. We had said, some years later, he was like, you build your business out. Then some years later, this is what I want to do. Well, at the end of 2023, we started to experience some slowdown because the market was changing.
Yeah.
The way that we're doing weddings is a little bit different now. Brides are back to doing a lot of DIYs. They need a lot of day of coordination and things like that. But they're not really into the big flowers and all that kind of stuff. They kind of want to do that stuff themselves. But at that moment, we just woke up one day and was like, let's just switch this over to a venue. Wow. Let's just change lights, change flooring, change all the things, and then use this space as another way of bringing in revenue, right?
Yes.
Everything that we still had the overhead, we still had all this stuff. So why not transform the space into something more like a boutique venue, intimate, affordable, stylish, full of character, all that good stuff is what we wanted. So we just launched out and said, you know what, we're going to do it. And within a month, we had totally transformed that space into what is now Suite 153, which the space, the beauty of the space, the feel of the space is in line with who I am. It's just, my brand is associated with opulence and beauty and all of that. So the space is a place where people can gather. You can celebrate. You can feel at home, whether it's a baby shower, a micro wedding, a business dinner, a birthday bash. It's just a great space. You know what I'm saying? It's for memories. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to provide a place where people can come in and have those intimate affairs in a beautiful space, which is something else we didn't have, in my opinion, in Richmond. That was Black owned. So
wonderful. Listen to your own horn. So Suite 153, where exactly is it located? How can people find out if they can book it all? What size, capacity, and all of that good stuff?
So we are located at Stony Point Mall, and we are Danie B Events at Suite 153. So when you enter the mall, you come. We're nestled in on the side where Latitude and Expectation is right now.
Yeah.
So once you come in through that common area, you just come around to the light. Not to the light, but come around in the common area to the left where Nino's Pizza is. And if anyone is familiar with the with Stony Point Mall, if you know where the old Dick's store used to be, we're right there where Dick's used to be. Book the space through Instagram, inbox us, DM us, call me 804-677-1628. We still have space. We still have dates available for this year. So however you want to get in contact with us, you can visit our website. Multiple ways to get in contact with us.
Yes, multiple ways. And again, look down below in the show notes. So shout out Suite 153 and everything that I've ever seen that you've produced, because you are a producer of these events, is amazing. It is luxury. It is something you people dream about and see on TV and all of that. So I think that it's brilliant that you would have this space that you can use that for. And so, certainly entrepreneurship isn't easy. And you've actually just kind of described how, just looking at pivots and looking at, different ways of doing things and paying attention to the changes in the market. And, can you share like a moment where you really had to lean on your faith to like really keep going? Did you have any of those moments?
I think every day.
Yeah. Every day.
I mean, as you know, there's so many ebbs and flows with it, right?
Yeah.
So you come to you have these high moments. And then at these high moments, I keep seeing these memes right now on social media where they're like the life of an entrepreneur. It's like you make $40,000 this day.
And then $4.63 the next day, right?
So at those moments where you think you've plateaued out of whatever it is that you're called to do, and you have to continuously encourage yourself. You have to continuously go back to the drawing board. You have to continuously go back to what God said. If this is a purposeful thing and it's a God-driven thing to you, I find myself sobbing like, wait a minute. Did you tell me to do this? I know I heard you to say doing this. So starting a business scratch with no financial cushion because we do this all on our own, no team and no guarantee. It's a walk of faith like no other. Okay.
Wow.
So there are days, like I said, when clients are many, and then there are days when clients are few. So I constantly lean on my faith, and I constantly believe, I constantly lean into my trust to know that I know that there is a God who started a work and he is faithful to complete it. And to know that there is a God who did not bring me to this point in my purpose, to this point in entrepreneurship and being a business owner to leave me. That will not do is put me to shame. That he is faithful and he is going to do for me what he has promised. And before it all ends, I'm going to build a business that's worthy of his name. You're going to know God did it.
Listen, I think you're already a testament to that. Like, we can check the box. You are already a testament to that. And he is absolutely a promise keeper. So, and he ain't going to stop keeping promises now. Ain't going to stop keeping promises now. Hey, Gwen, thank you so much for stopping by. She said, I'm going to catch the replay. Thank you for saying that. Because if you're just coming in, you're like, oh, Danielle is good. Oh, I missed the beginning. No problem. Wherever you're watching or listening, you'll be able to go back to the same place and listen and watch to the full episode. Wow, our time has flown by. Oh my goodness. It has flown by, and I honor your time. I know you had to be with the bride, right? Just right before. And so the last question I have for you, the goal of the show is just to motivate, excite, and influence. What continues to motivate Danielle Breckenridge?
What continues to motivate me? Honestly, it's purpose. My purpose keeps me going. I know that what I'm doing just isn't about flowers or floor plans. It's about people. And I ask God to use this as a ministry. It's about showing up with excellence, with creativity, and care to help other people celebrate life's most meaningful moments. Like I said, we celebrate them all. We celebrate when the baby comes, and we celebrate when family members leave. I'm motivated by my family, my husband, my twin girls, my parents. I want them to see what's possible when you trust God, when you work hard, and you walk in your purpose, in your God-given calling. I'm also motivated by my clients, especially the ones who thought they couldn't afford my help. Those are the ones that warm my heart, or they didn't feel seen in the industry. I get to serve them in a way that's thoughtful. I get to serve them in a way that's beautiful, and I get to serve them in a way that's affirming. That makes me proud. And above all, I think I'm motivated the most by my faith. God didn't bring me this far. Like I said, he didn't bring me this far to leave me. He planted this business in my spirit for a reason. Every time I see the fruit of that, every thank you, every tear of joy, every moment of peace that I'm bringing to someone's day, that's what reminds me why I started and why I'm still going.
Listen, and it only gets better from here. It only gets better. Danielle, I'm so glad that you came on the show.
I'm so glad you had me on the show. When you inboxed me, I was like, girl, you doing something now. I'm like, you cooking with grease now. You on the Sharvette Mitchell show. Seriously, that's how I felt. I was so honored to be asked, and I am so blessed to be able to spend this time with you. Our time went by so fast. We'll have to do this again.
Listen, because you touched the nerve. There's a couple things we could talk about, but listen, down below in the show notes, because I honor your time, is all the connection points. And if you follow along, you can go to the website, see gallery pictures and all the things there. And so I thank you for stopping by, and we just wish you much more continued success, Danielle.
Thank you so much, Thank you so much, Sharvette. The same to you, honey.
Thank you. I receive it. Wow. What a dynamic show. Again, Sharvette.com is one of the easiest places to go to say, okay, I want to see her bio. I want to get the links. I want to listen. I want to watch Sharvette.com, or certainly wherever you are watching or listening. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't just hang around. Go ahead and subscribe to our channels and to our podcast. And that is going to be a wrap for today. We'll see you back on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.